All right, welcome into Prize Picks on 5 here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick at 5 Reasons Sports. I got Eric Wadicki. You can follow him at Eric Wadicki. And we've got David Eversole producing today. We're going to do two different things here before we do. We want to mention, use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Get your initial deposit matched up to $100. The code 5, F-I-V-E, gets you that match immediately. Don't have to wait. There are no rollovers, and you can just start to play. Of course, you can pair players from different sports, different teams. All the stuff we always tell you. You can play flex play, power play, etc. Go to prizepicks.com, the Google Play Store, or the Apple App Store. Make sure you use the code FIVE for 5. All right, full NBA slate tonight after a real light one Thursday, although there were two great games. And now tonight, the Heat are in Phoenix. We'll focus on that first. Eric, I'll give you my Heat pick, and then we'll kind of bounce it around. Jaime Jaquez tonight, I believe, 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to play it, obviously. 23.5 now. He's been over 3 of the last 5. Just went over against LeBron and the Lakers. I don't think his usage is going to go down. I know they keep raising the number here, but look, there's no Jimmy, no Caleb still, and so there's plenty of minutes for Jaime. He's been averaging 34 minutes a game recently, and so I just think they're going to keep going to him. And Phoenix doesn't defend all that well either, so I'll play him there too. So 23.5 on Jaime, I'm going to go over. What do you like on the Heat game? Oh, mute.
Yeah, I like Bam Adebayo over 14.5 rebounds and assists. I'm muted?
No, now you're not. Now I hear you. Sorry.
Okay. Bam Adebayo over 14.5 rebounds and assists. He had a tough day in LA with the rebounds and assists, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He's been operating with the ball in his hands a little bit more since Jimmy's been down. I see more of that happening, as you see, averaging 17 over the last 5. Not going to be an issue for Bam Adebayo tonight, getting over 14.5 rebounds and assists.
Yeah, I like that one too. That seems fairly easy for him to hit. And again, Phoenix, I don't think has the quickness on their front line to handle him tonight. Anything on the Phoenix side that you like?
Oof. Over on the Phoenix side, I mean, the way that things have been going right now, I don't know about. I would play Devin Booker probably over on the assists. I know that the assists haven't hit very much for Devin Booker over the last 5, but Miami tends to give up some pretty prolific assist games to opposing guards, and I think Devin Booker is probably going to take advantage of that tonight. Especially since we're not clear on Kevin Durant if he's going or not for Phoenix.
Yeah, he's still questionable at this hour, so we're at about 5:15 Eastern, so a little under 4 hours from the game. It seemed like unclear. They've got a couple big games coming up beyond this, and maybe with Jimmy playing, they sit him. I would play most of the Booker stuff over regardless, and I think certainly in this case, the Heat are short on point of attack defenders, as we know. And so, but the one thing that only cautions me about stars going into the Heat is that they have tended to make guys like Trey and LaMelo and Maxey very inefficient against them. So that's a possibility here, but we'll see where that goes. Grayson Allen, 11.5. Is that 11.5 points or points and rebounds there for Grayson Allen? We got our guy Welsh who just jumped in here. Points tonight. Okay, so he's been over 3 of the last 5. Grayson Allen had some games against too.
Yep. Great. I mean, Grayson Allen is just one of those guys. He has Heat killer written all over him tonight. He's the guy you pencil in to hit 6 threes.
Yeah, he had a big game against them with Milwaukee last year. All right, so that's some of the stuff on the NBA side. I will tell you, one of my favorite plays actually turned out to be one of the favorite plays here on PrizePicks, which was Colin Sexton over tonight on points, rebounds, and assists against Boston. So I like that tonight. I think, what was it, 22.5, I think. Yeah, there you go. Been on a bit of a run lately, and it feels like they're featuring him for a trade, actually. So, yeah, and this is look, this Boston team, again, they have been really prolific offensively at times. Defense has been pretty good. It's top 10. But I do think even with Drew in there, they can get some things done. He can get some things done today. Markkanen's numbers have been consistently good. He had one drop-off game, of course, the game that I played in. But I'm going to play Sexton tonight. All right, let's pivot over to the NFL now. A couple of games coming up. Saturday game has meaning for one team, not for the other. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. That's why there will be no Lamar Jackson in this game. I'm going to play his backup Huntley under. I know he came in and did some things against the Dolphins last week. I feel like the Ravens are just going to try to get out of this game any way they can. I don't think they're going to be slinging it all over the place tonight. Of course, it's hard to make a read on him because he's played so little, but 163.5, it's a low number. But I am going to play him under. I know you like the other quarterback over, though, right?
Yes, I do like Mason Rudolph to go over 188.5 today. Pittsburgh has everything in the world to play for, and this is going to be a Baltimore defense that I'd imagine they're probably going to rest a few of their starters as well. So it just makes too much sense for me. I don't know, Ethan. I'd be a little skeptical picking against the Pro Bowler there with going under on the passing yards for Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, I know exactly. I would got to be careful on that one. I will say this: I do like you mentioning Pittsburgh's receiving yards or passing yards. I do like Deontay Johnson over. That number's been in decline as they've been featuring Pickens a little bit more, but it's low. I mean, what is it at? It was 30. There you go. I mean,
that's
they need the game. They need
really
the game.
Low.
So he's going to play the whole way, and I would go over on him. Anything else you like on the Saturday NFL slate?
Yeah, so I like Devin Singletary rushing yards over 63.5. It's a very leaky run defense in Indianapolis, and this is another game where Houston needs it. Devin Singletary has kind of taken away that backfield at the beginning of the season. And I just love the matchup in a must-have game for Houston.
All right, so you like him there, and anything on the Indy side?
Mm-hmm. I mean, on the Indy side, you could just make it a battle of the running backs because I could see Jonathan Taylor going well over his is only 71.5 rush yards on his prop, and I could see Jonathan Taylor going well over that. I'd even be tempted to say that he goes over 100.
Yeah. I would think so. I will tell you I didn't like the Stroud
situation that it is.
I will say I didn't like the Stroud prop today. For this particular game on Saturday, feels a little bit questionable. I know he was blowing through the numbers earlier, but hasn't looked quite the same. I would play him under on that if I played anything, but likely going to stay away from it. You can see, 257.5. He got banged up. He hasn't been quite the same since. So I don't know. I probably would stay away from it, period. But if I played it, I would probably play it under. All right, use the code 5 FIVE. Make sure to keep checking the board. Of course, Durant still questionable as of this hour, so we'll see if he plays. No Jimmy Butler tonight. Tyler Hero is another interesting play for the Heat tonight, simply because he's had some big games against Booker, his buddy, in the past. So could look at Tyler, but I decided to play Hawkes. You're going with Bam. See how that plays out tonight. Thanks for joining us. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll be back before Dolphins-Bills on Sunday.